Because the difference is like one map will be like a walking simulator, and then the next map will just be death. But they're the same map, right? But it's just like whatever RNG you got for the mobs inside the map, like a magic mob that has extra chaos damage or something, and it kills you because you're not paying attention. Yeah, it's crazy. Because, like, dude, I've done maps that are like the prefixes on maps are like pack size, extra mobs, stuff like that. The suffixes are the negatives. I've done maps with all prefixes and died, and I've done maps with all suffixes, which are all negative shit, and lived. So it's like there's no telling. Because, yeah, no. I mean, but there is no gamble. There, each base has a unique. And when you find it, it looks like the unique it is. So there's no gamble. When you pick it up, you know what it is before you identify it. Well, no, they're not all perfect, but like the uniques you're find where you're at, the gamble isn't the stat because people need to corrupt it anyways, which randomizes the stats. So even if you had a perfect one, you might be able to sell it for more. You'd be able to sell, let's say you got a perfect one. You could sell it for, say, 5 div, which is probably high for most uniques, like way too high, but we'll just say. An unidentified one is like 1 exalt. But if you identify it, corrupt it, and it rolls 22% higher, now it's 10 divine. Like, I'm, I honestly never looked for it, but I'm sure it does. But I'm just saying, like, the only ones you would want to do that with are maybe like amulets, like certain amulets, like Astramentus. Because for the most part, again, the roll doesn't matter. People are going to buy the cheapest ones and corrupt them because it re-rolls the stats when you corrupt it anyways. Like the ideal unique on almost every unique, the ideal thing is it corrupts and it rolls a property on the unique up by 22%. But the way the corruption works is it can increase the range by 22%, so it corrupts, it hits that, let's say it's a 1 in 6 chance. It can do nothing, it can increase it by 22%, it can give you like max life, it can give you spirit, whatever. We'll just say it's 1 in 6. They have a static required level but not item level. Yeah, like you can get a required level 5 unique at item level 82. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can get a unique that you would find in the first area that would be item level 1, and then you find it in an item level 82 area and it'll be item level 82, but it's still the same unique. The stats don't go up. Nothing. I get maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Well, yes, for crafting, yes. Crafting 100%. But uniques, they're just unique. They're like they always have the same stat ranges. That's the thing. It's random. So like there's no way to know what it's going to get. No, so it enchants it. That okay, so when you look on the website and you're searching for stats, there's explicit, implicit, and enchants. The enchants are things the corruption can do, but the corruption can also reroll the stats lower than they were. So let's say it's a pair of boots with 30 movement speed. It can go 22% up or 22% down. But what it does, it rolls. Let's say, like, that's what I was explaining. We'll just say that those boots only have 6 possible outcomes. And it's like to do nothing, to increase the movement speed, and to or to roll up or roll down or whatever. If it says it rolls up, the only thing that happens is it rolls the range. Then it divines it and randomizes it. So even if the range goes up, it might still bring the stat down. The range gets higher, but it doesn't mean it's going to go up. It's confusing. It's hard to explain, but I don't understand why I it's taken this long for me to get a 5 divine offer on this. It's a 400 damage spear. Yeah. No, there's runes that drop from I think the a unique map, and they're runes of teething that give lightning thorns damage that I've never. But I don't think that's what they do in weapons. I think that's only. I don't know what they do in weapons. Yeah, I gave you a couple, and I don't remember what they were, but I fucking looked at my jewels, and dude, I'm using some pretty shitty ones. I never changed my jewels when I found better ones. It's funny. Yeah. No, you lose it. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, but like, there's no, I don't, I don't have any other way to do it. Like, I can't be like, here's the first 10 highlighted, then at level 40, you're gonna take this, this, and that's why I sent you the separate ones. Like, at this level, with this many skill points, these are the ones you would do. At, n- no. Like, what you see is what you get. Huh. I'm regretting selling that spear. I should have fucking whittled it by buying omens of whittling and using them with chaos orbs. Like, this is all shit that you'll find out just through finding them and seeing them. Like, it's hard to explain. It's if you go to the currency exchange and just start looking at shit, like random shit, you can get like a better idea of what goes on because it'll tell you what things do, so then you know what to look for. Like, you're like, okay, I want to do this. You're like, oh, this thing does that, so that's what I need. Because until you find one, you won't know about them. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not like Diablo in that way. Because you can just upgrade them. Like, well, that's the thing. Nothing you're finding is going to be worth keeping unless it's like you're thinking of a future run. Like, man, I'm probably going to make another character, and this item is required level 16 and has 3 different resistances on it. I would like to keep this for that character in the future. There's, I'm not going to say nothing, but almost nothing you could find that would be like, wow, that's worth a fuck ton right now. Like, you could, in theory, find uniques that are somewhat worth something. Okay, you downloaded the fucking loot filter, right? Did it change the way loot looks? I, no, I told you the one you're gonna want is the too soft. You go to that guy, he's got too soft, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The too soft is like the baseline. It just changes the way the items look. No, it's that's the one. It's from Neversink called Too Soft. I mean, that's not bad either. That one's fine too. That is like it shows every item that drops. But it changes the way the items look. So it will give you some indication of if it's important based on the noise it makes, or like the lettering's real big, stuff like that. Yeah, the belts, it's always like that. I don't understand the belt thing, but the belt thing is just because you can chance orb them, and there's only one unique belt of every type, so it's like that's I don't know. I don't know why belts are like that. I think maybe just because they don't drop that much, maybe? I don't know. But rings you definitely want to be big like that because you don't want to miss rings. Same thing with currency. Like, dude, without a loot filter, you could walk by so much shit. No, no, bro, you don't even understand. I'll send you a link to one of my videos from last league. Without an item filter, you wouldn't even know what was on the screen. You wouldn't be able to tell. Bro, we found an Astromentus. We found an Astromentus in this map. We had walked by it, and this thing with a loot filter on. With a loot filter on. We walked by it like 7 times before we seen it. Like, that's because the way you're seeing loot in the campaign, last season, the amount of quantity you could get, like, hold on. Let me see if I can find the video on my channel. Like, bro, it got nutty. The map took 3 hours to get through. That was just to do it. That's not including the time we spent looting it. Like, it was like, bro, I don't know how anyone, like, I don't know how I played before loot filters. Because PlayStation didn't have loot filters when the game first came out. It didn't have them. It wasn't possible. He was Chaos Orbs, Exalted Orbs, all currency. Like, all in-game currency. Any. What, babe? Oh. No, it wasn't just the currency that he got roasted for. It was the fact that like, oh my God, dude, he didn't even know how to like move items. Like he would open his inventory and click the item on the ground and then hold click and drag it into his inventory and then sit it down. And then he's like explaining his build. He's like, "Yeah, my items are kind of low for my level. Like I'm level 97 and my staff's only like level 70 something." It's like, dude, the bases only roll to like 70 something. That's the max level requirement for a base. He's like, "I should probably upgrade soon." Like you can't upgrade it. It doesn't go higher than that. Then he had these hands of wisdom in action, which were like the sole thing that made his build function. He's like, yeah, I might have to get new gloves. These are only required level 52. So it's like they're a unique that drops from a pinnacle boss. like, what are you talking about? Right, right. Like that's how bad it was. And then tried to convince you that he built the character. Yeah, it was hardcore. It was level 97. And let me just put it to you like this. I finished the league at level 97 and I had 12 or 1400 hours in with one character. And he was level 97 like a few weeks into the league. So for you to have no knowledge of the game, be walking by currency, not know how to pick up items, and then you had a stash tab called Elon's Maps. Like who puts their own name in their stash tab? Like these are for Elon. Well, that's you, right? Wouldn't it? There there was a he released a statement, but it was like a troll statement. He it's hard to explain it because I don't remember what he exactly what he said, but he said like some Chinese sounding name that was like kind of almost like a pseudonym of Elon Musk or something like to that effect. That he did like, oh yeah, this guy named whatever, I pay him to do all my stuff, like, but he was like joking about he was like trying to play it off like it was like he was joking about it. I don't know. Oh, I'm sure he could, but no, not not those guys. The gear he had, bro, was thousands of USD at the time. Like it was hundreds, if not thousands, of divine worth of gear on hardcore. So you got to think everything's exponentially more expensive because of the scarcity. So nobody is gearing that character out and leveling it for free. No, no, no. Like the currency is expensive and somewhat rare, but on hardcore, to find a quarterstaff that has 600 top end damage with attack speed and plus to melee skills and like to have a top tier roll of every prefix and suffix is like insane. Like Yeah, he had no idea. He's like talking about, I need to upgrade this thing. It's low level. It's only required level of 67 or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's because that's what the base item's level is. Like, okay. I'm trying to find this damn map. Well, that's because NASA doesn't exist anymore. So if you want to go to space, he's your only hope. Here's the thing. I sent you a video of a somewhat like comparable map. It's not exactly great, but it gives you an idea of how loot works when you get into those super dense maps because it doesn't always show up. Like there'll be so much loot that like you have to toggle loot on and off and it'll change where the items show up. And sometimes like the items are stacked in a way that it's like off the screen. So you have to like constantly walk in a fucking circle and toggle loot on and off to be able to see. But I don't know, like here's the thing with Elon Musk, right? You just like all the things you described. He basically infiltrated the bank system. He is now in control of like figuring out the fraud of the government. He launches rockets into space and then catches those rockets or lands them. Like, why do you care so much if people think you're good at a video game that you're not good at? Like, are you so insecure that you have to make people think you're good at you're winning at life, bro. You win at life. You don't have to win at a video game too. It's okay to not be good. Yeah. A liaison, if you will. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, that's yeah, I get that, but he's like, so you're saying Elon Musk would be like the face, but really it would be, well, that's the same thing with like Twitter. That's why Elon Musk bought Twitter because they were censoring like Republican people's tweets and shit. No, yeah, no, I for sure. But it's the opposite of that. They were they did buy and impose the opposite of free speech with Twitter. That's why Musk bought it. Like the FBI, the FBI was paying Twitter to censor it. Yeah. So like they were doing the opposite. So instead of like actually upholding the Constitution, they were trying to do the opposite and just throw it out the window. Like, nah, fuck, you don't need free speech. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, hmm yeah, whether they wanted to or not, but they had, yeah, they did because they were caught. Yeah, 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 no shit. Yeah, 100%. I mean, but it's it's crazy because there's a lot of things, especially in the judicial system, that don't make sense. Like, let's say you dated the judge's daughter in your county or your state 10 years ago. So they could potentially have a judicial bias against you. The only person that could ensure that the judge does not try your case is the judge who says, if he says, I don't think I can do this because I might be biased. That doesn't, no, nope, only the judge. They can bring it to his attention, and he can go, "Nah, I'm good." Yeah, that's a like a free Val orb. I mean, it doesn't really matter, neither here nor there. It's like I said, it's just like a free Val orb. So it's basically up to you if you have an item that you want to corrupt, then I would corrupt it. But I would make sure it's socketed and fully upgraded before you did so. Like, for example, your helmet, the unique helmet. The thing I would always say, if you have gear that is unique, I would corrupt that before corrupting any rare. Because what it can't do to a unique is remove a modifier. What it can do to a rare is remove a modifier. Well, I mean, a bunch of things. It could roll reduced requirements. It could roll. It could give you spirit. It can give you max life. It could give you percent increased armor evasion and energy shield. It could give it an extra socket. It could roll it. It could remove like 22% of a certain stat. It could roll two stats up. It could, yeah. It can do a. Is it 20% qualityed? Well, you would probably want to quality it. So you would want to go back to town and use your armor scraps on it and upgrade it. And if you don't have any armor scraps or enough, I threw like 15 of them in the stash. That should do it. It's random. It can go up by three, it could go up by one, it could go up by two. I find 15 usually does it. Somewhere between 14 and 15 at your level usually will do it. At a lower level, the armor scraps upgrade at a more rapid rate. Like an item level 82 item, it seems to upgrade one or at max two. Well, apply repeat so you don't have to keep hitting it. No, I mean you have to keep hitting square, but otherwise you would have to hit X, 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 X. Yeah, you would have to go over to the armor scrap, over to the helmet, over to the armor scrap, over to the helmet. With that one, you just stay on the helmet. And da-da-da-da-da-da. Yes, and one socket is the max. Yeah, everything is only one but body armor and two-handed weapons with the corruption. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but I mean, you're gonna find plenty of Val orbs. You can use those too. I'm just saying, right now in the campaign, you would want to do something like that won't brick your build. Because if you do your jewel Or are you talking about your skill gem? Because your skill gem, it can also remove a socket. So it can go from three to back to two. Or it can change how much damage. It can remove a percent of your damage. Or it can lower the level of the skill gem. It can do a lot. It can do a lot of stuff. Well, there you go. No, it'll only do one thing if it adds a socket. Yeah, you'll get resistances. Um, I think you got 10 chaos res coming up. You get 10 lightning resistance from a statue in the Shar, and 10 more lightning res from the same thing in Cruel.
I have to turn that off. Or, oh,
The AC?
yeah, like,
No,
you have to turn off, like 73 and normal.
no, you don't get chaos resistance. I don't think in normal. You get it from the same uh, a quest where you got like stun threshold or mana regen or something in Cruel. You get the chaos res. Yeah, I easily could have sold my spear for more. I fucked up. No. You well, you can divine it to change the the implicit role. Like that's what those guys that made those rarity rings did. So what I'm assuming what they did was they went over to Alva and they bought these essences of what is it, hysteria? Yeah. And upgrades a normal item to a magic with one item rarity modifier. So they probably found a gold ring, divined it until it was 15, or it dropped 15, then did that to like 40 gold rings, and then did the same thing, like just upgraded it one more time, and if it didn't get a second rarity roll, then they just stopped, went on to the next one, and just crafted like 100 rings at one time, trying to get a double rarity with rarity on the top. I mean, anything helps in the early stages of the game. Well, that makes sense. Well, that's the whole bitch of the game right now because they nerfed so much shit that now they're basically rolling back the nerfs in a way with the upcoming patch. Like people said that there's no loot in the fucking game, so they need to figure that out. And I don't disagree that loot is like pretty scarce. Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. I I I don't know. It's difficult to judge because I had 607% rarity last league, and when I was at 400, I was getting decent drops, but when I hit 600, I was like, if I juiced a area of my atlas up, I was getting at least like 6 to 8 divines out of the 20 maps that were there. Now I've maybe dropped 20 divines this whole league. Oh, nice. No, it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Don't open that yet. I have an omen that allows me to reopen strong boxes. I just gotta find it. Well, it's just gonna drop loot, and whoever it's assigned to. But I think we changed your loot to free for all, so it won't matter. I mean, I don't give a fuck. You can have it all. I just figured we might as well open it. No, it drops the same. It just says this loot's for him, this loot's for you. But with two people in, it potentially could drop more and of higher quality. Yeah. No. It's not like Diablo 4 in that way. I might be the party leader, but you're the instance owner. So now you have to you have to let me click it though. It shouldn't matter. It should go off of my rarity, and we're gonna be able to open it twice. So, but I mean, if you want, you can. But I would say whatever allows you to survive would be the thing you want to do. Ready? Good. He landed in a corner. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me kill it for sure. Here we go. Here it comes. What? This dude is tough. He just ate that hammer of the gods. Here, I got him. Nice. Um, Wait, why is it not here again? It took my omen, but it's not allowing me to reopen it. Well, no, that's the thing. It's a unique strongbox that specializes in dropping jewels. Yeah. Why could? What the fuck? Oh wait. What? What the fuck? Why can I not? Dude, it used my fucking omen, but didn't allow me to reopen it. What's with that? Oh, that's fucked up. Wow. That, I mean, sure. I'll tell you if they're any good. Nah, you can link them if you want, or you can just put them in the guild stash whenever you get a chance, and I'll check them out. Yeah, you can go into guild chat and then hover over the item and look at the bottom of your screen. But you gotta hold it. Yeah, it's got the squid like the circle thing around it. That means you have to hold it. If it doesn't have the circle thing, then you just hit it. Well, you have to do one of two things. If that's the only thing you want to link, then you just hit finished and then hit X. Or yeah, the best thing to do is to just back out, like link, and then hit circle. So like hit R2 for done, hit circle, then go over to your inventory again. Link, hit R2, circle. Yep. Eh. So the first one is decent. That emerald. It would if honestly if that emerald would have had attack speed with spears instead of quarterstaffs, and the next mod you put on it was crit chance, then that would have been probably a 10 divine jewel. Well, it's not necessarily crap. You put it in the guild stash, and I'll roll them, and we'll see if you get anything. All of them. No, just go these ones because they're the highest item level. Because depending on what item level they are, they can get certain rolls. Oh, wow. The crossbow that fell out of that fucking strongbox might actually end up being good. There was a blue crossbow that came out of that. Yeah, you didn't have room for it, so well, I mean, it's probably I don't know. It's gonna have to the rest of it's gonna have to roll crazy. I just put one mod on it, so it's only got two mods on it and they're pretty good. So it's gonna have to roll crazy to be sellable, but it'll be usable for somebody maybe. Okay, it rolled 3 to 6 fizz damage. I mean, it rolled flat fizz. That's what I wanted, but I wanted a much higher roll than that. All right, it's dog shit. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty shitty. But it would be a good little something for somebody who just started. Okay. Hold on. I gotta. I don't see it. Oh, projectile damage. Okay. So if we reroll that, we gotta either reroll the projectile damage or the attack speed with quarterstaffs when we hit this chaos on it. Oh my god, we rolled off the uh, projectile damage and got increased damage with quarterstaff. So now you have attack speed, increased damage with quarterstaffs, attack speed with quarterstaffs, critical damage bonus for attack damage, and increased accuracy rating. That's actually a pretty good jewel. Um, if that rolls flat fizz and percent fizz, accuracy split, and melee skills, then it would be good. It's possible. I mean, you can roll it. Um, this sapphire might be. You might be able to get like 70 exalts to a div for maybe without price checking it. It's hard to tell, but if you go on the website and price check them, you can see about what they're worth. I guess we'll see. Let's see. Put these in. Which stash tab? We'll put them right here, so I know these were yours. We'll say like one div. Basically. So here's the thing. Most of the time, if it's overpriced, people don't make offers. Like, for whatever reason, a lot of the times, and people, they won't lowball a item that's high, but they'll lowball a low item. Like, so if you have something that's worth 5 div and you post it for one, they'll offer you like 90 exalts. But if it's worth 5 div and you have it posted for seven, it's like they don't even offer. No, I haven't seen that. That might be a new feature then. This one could be good too. As a general rule, I pretty much just post jewels for like one div a piece. They might not be worth that, but the one I put at three just to see, probably not worth it because of the accuracy rating on it, but we'll see. We'll know if we start getting some offers. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I mean, maybe they just recently added it. It's possible. Man, I think I'm gonna set this up as my map boss area. Hold on, I'm looking at my tablets real quick, trying to figure out what ones I want to put in. I think we're gonna go because the patch notes for the next announcement for the next patch was that they're increasing the loot of map bosses in the campaign and in late game. So I'm thinking that map bosses might be the way to farm divines, or at least gear to sell for divines. Oh no, that's buyout price. The B/O is I no, I don't believe so because I see they're the same price, right? Yeah. Yeah, because you can write exact price, you can write negotiable price. It's just it's when you go to note that you can add it says B/O. So like yeah, I mean I have the I mean maybe, but you can all right, so like you can put it up like negotiable price. What are these? We'll go negotiable price for divines, and then I'll put note 2, and it just switches it to asking price 2 divines. It doesn't. There's no way to differentiate. Like I can't put two different prices, so I don't know how they're.
Can't you put or trade?
No, I mean if you have a premium tab, you can do the same thing and see it. Like you can post an item and see the same, do the same exact thing. And as far as I know, there's no way to list two different things. Let me see. No, it's not. What's that, babe? Okay, so that's 3, that's 4. That's pretty good, Jewel. I have no idea. Yeah, I never played RuneScape at all. I mean, I know a lot of people that did, but wait, what did that say? They just don't want anyone to make anything off of them. I played it, but I honestly don't even remember it. Both. I had originally played it on PC, and then I years later bought it on console. Yeah, I played it when it first came out on PC for I don't know, couple years off and on. And then I gave it up for a while until I think I bought a PS4 and then I rebought the game. Or maybe it was PS3. Fuck, I don't remember. What do you think? Like SLI'd consoles? Yeah? Yeah, that would be dope. I cannot argue with that. Yeah, God forbid they make it so hard to get extra storage space, bro. any any advantage someone can get to, they will take. So if you can make it even slightly beneficial, yeah, yeah. I can't wait, dude. I'm hoping I save up and I can get like a even just a decent laptop so I can start doing like some video editing and stuff on it. Like a quantum cell phone. It's gonna be like reverse engineering technology. It's gonna go back to like the size of the first ever cell phone, but just like right. I could see it. The world may never know. Right. Just shut up and take my money. Right. Well, I agree. I think they are kind of missing a market there. Yeah, fuck it. Well, well, but the problem is all the proprietary shit. Like Apple is the worst about it. I think more so than any company. Apple makes everything proprietary. So if you fucking your charger burns up, you can't just go. They don't want you to be able to go somewhere and just buy any old charger. Like you have to buy an Apple charger. Well, no, right, right. But I'm saying that's their niche though. Like if with if left to their own device and there's no like agency overseeing them, that would be what everything is. They would put like a charger for their computer. It would be like a star shape, so so that you couldn't just fucking just grab whatever and use it. Like no, no, no. You have to buy this. Oh, and you have to use iTunes on your iPhone. You can't just you. We don't want you to be able to use Spotify. They would just like outlaw that. Because they're the reason the Windows Phone wasn't successful. They basically paid all the companies to make their apps to where you couldn't make third-party apps for them. So like Snapchat and all them, there used to be third-party apps that you could get on the Windows Phone, but then they made it only supported by Android and Apple OS. So you couldn't even use the Windows Phone. It made it obsolete overnight. No apps worked anymore. I loved my Windows Phone. I don't care what anyone said. That shit was dope. Tier 1 fucking evasion roll. I can't remember who that is. Oh, you're talking about the fucking big dude that comes out of the wall. When he does the pyramid thing, you got to get to the tip of the pyramids. Yeah, like the but like above it, like not standing in it, but like the very tip, like the literal tip of the corner. Well, he also does lines across the screen, but I'm just saying that's the only one I can tell you how to defend against. The other ones just obviously don't get hit by it. I wish I had anything and any advice for the rest of it, but I don't. Yeah, dude, fuck. I did a whole like reaction video to the Elon Musk drama when it first happened. It was actually probably top top 5 most watched videos. Yep. Let me see. For something that wasn't a short. It, um, and dude, my channel, as far as PoE goes, was like damn near brand new. Oh my god, I have a lot of videos here. It, Oh God. Really? That's kind of fucked up. Maybe it's bots. I'm still I don't understand what happened when I had all those fucking viewers and no one was talking. Like, dude, no one ever, like, every now and again I'll get people that communicate in the stream, but like very rarely. Yeah, I guess that's true. 1.5K on like an actual video, like not a short or anything like. And it was like my, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was my 11th video. So so I was very new. 12 minutes 43 seconds. On the PlayStation, it has to, well, for it to be a short, it has to be 15 seconds or under to upload as a short from PlayStation. Oh, to remix it. Yeah, you can remix it, but it's like again like a 15-second. I think you just I forget how I did it. I want to say I just did it off YouTube and or YouTube Studio, one of them. I just downloaded YouTube Studio on my phone. It helps a lot. It gives you the analytics of your channel, what brings people to it, how they find you, shit like that. Yeah, it's nice. I seen I seen a dude. He was on YouTube live, and he had a toilet seat over his head that had fake doo doo on it, and he was just saying like, doggy dog go bark 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 doggy dog go bark 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 and doggy dog go bark 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 over and over and over and over while he was combing his hair with an oversized comb, and he had 1,000, like 1.5K people watching him live. And I just think like, and here I am trying to make like actual coherent content that helps people, and I can't get people to, like, I had 68 fucking people in my stream. I can't even get somebody to leave a comment or like it. And these people are interacting. Like half of them, obviously, it's a. I mean, the guy's a genius, right? He does that so that people will hate on him, and the hate brings him money. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, my buddy, he used to make money doing that on Twitter. Like literally, that's what he would do. He would just find out whatever like the most popular belief was, and then just say something that went against it. Like whatever the hot topic was, he just said whatever was the exact opposite of what people wanted, and it just is like farming for free money trees. I don't know. I just can't get into stuff like that. I don't know the exact figures, but it was enough, I guess, because he wasn't working. Yeah. Hey, thanks for stopping by the stream, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree there. With like Justin Timberlake and yep, the guy who was suing him. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. That's true. The extra amenities of, well, if that's what you want to call them. Yeah, I'll be all right. I don't even need to eat. I'll live on a fucking a ramen. Yeah, bring me some ramen or whatever they eat there, Yep. Right, it's the same shit. No. Dude, sometimes the just cheap authentic shit is good though. Yeah, you get a fucking piece of tree bark in that bitch. Like, bundle of sticks. That's crazy, dude. I remember when I was in rehab, they gave us free tubes and free tobacco, but it was pipe tobacco. And man, sometimes you would like try to roll the cigarettes in the tube roller, and it would just split the tube because it's got like this shard of wood in it. It would just look like a gigantic splinter. Did I still? I smoked them still. Yeah. You know something that I ended up doing? I would take the the pipe tobacco and I would, like you said, like cut it up and I'd put it in a Ziploc baggie and I would save all the orange rind and I would throw the orange rind in the baggie to like keep the tobacco kind of moist, and it actually gave it like a kind of unique taste after a while. Oh yeah, yeah. Really? Yeah, it's kind of the same premise. Ooh. Mm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like a backwood kind of. Y- Yeah, so are so are cigarellos. They have like uh black and milds. They have all. Oh, okay. We have cloves, like clove cigarettes. Oh shit. I don't know. I never finished one because they tasted fucking disgusting. That's what they said. Dude, there's so many rare mobs in this map. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. They probably put like a fucking film over your teeth. Goddamn Chris Angel. Mind freak. Wow. The lies. Okay, can can I get some mobs to go with these rares that will blow up? There we go. See ya. No, 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 no. There we go, baby. What is this? Like the fifth soul tether I've gotten. Damn. High thorns, 18 to all resistance. Tier 7, fucking. Wow, that's actually good. Is that fully. Oh, it's still got a mod left on it. What can we get? Come on, give me chaos res or max res. Oh, lightning res. We'll take it. Oh, extra cold damage. You gotta go. You gotta go through. I think the Camaro wetlands. I think. I'm not. I can't really remember. Oh, a fracturing orb. You gotta go. You gotta go through the infested barren somewhere. Oh, I missed. Oh shit, dude, this map is so fucking dense. Well, you technically you go back in time, so it's like as far as for the lore, it makes sense because you go back to before you had the waypoint. I mean, I agree that it's horseshit, but Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There used to be a strategy. I don't know if a lot of people even know about it, but you used to be able to do the Lost City in Act 2. Remember that big gilded beetle? It's like a rare mob. It's like a mini boss, right? It drops you a jewel your first time you kill it, guaranteed. Well, as a warrior, you could blow the corpse of that thing up, and then you could just hit revive at last checkpoint. And if you didn't hit another checkpoint, so you just like find the boss, and there's always a checkpoint by it. You kill it, you blow its corpse up with your war cries, you respawn, and it acts as if the boss was never dead because it doesn't have a corpse there, and then it respawns the boss, and you just rinse, lather, repeat. But you can't do that anymore because somebody made a fucking video on it. They're like, yes, but not bosses. So that was the thing. You could blow up the corpse, and it would act as if you didn't kill the boss. And people are like, "Oh, well, this isn't gonna get nerfed. You guys should do it because it's working as intended." And then GGG was like, "No, that's definitely not working as intended. Thanks for sharing that. We're gonna go ahead and take that away now." Like, thanks, dickheads. Yeah, just tell your close people, and maybe not even that, honestly, because people can't keep their fucking mouth shut. Why can I not hit this guy? Yeah. Or don't invite other content creators because they're for sure going to make a video about it. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, there was a build last season using the Gravebind gloves, and I'm not saying that I invented it, but I discovered it on my own, and I played it for a few weeks, and I didn't make a video on it right away. I just kind of was like, damn, me and my buddy get to farm like this. He gets my rarity. He doesn't have to even stack rarity, so he can just fucking blast, right? And then someone made a video on it, and then everyone ran it. And like, I made a video on it like a few weeks into doing it, and it got no traction. But then when someone else saw it and made a video on it, then it was like, oh, this guy fucking invented this build. Like, oh, wow. Thanks for giving me some fucking credit. So now I'm like torn. Sometimes I think, man, I should make a video on this, and like that way I actually get credit for like maybe discovering it or whatever. But yeah, Yeah, they already seen it. They don't have to watch it again. Man, that's a good ass shield. Well, that's why I was confused. This league, I found an Omen of Whittling, an Omen of Dextral Erasure, and Sinistral Erasure, and they are super expensive, dude. Like, they're super rare. I have like 1,600 hours, and I've only ever seen two Whittlings, and this season was the first time I'd seen either of those other Omens. And when I price checked them at the currency exchange, they weren't worth anything. But they released a unique tablet that people, I guess, took advantage of, and it allowed them unlimited re-rolls at the ritual things, so they could just keep re-rolling until they seen one and then buy it. So they were like basically duplicating them. So and that's the thing, like when you cheat that heavy, it fucks the economy of this game, and it never recovers. Well, it wasn't okay, so it was intended to I I guess they wanted, I don't remember how they worded it, but it wasn't meant to be like done to where you would just infinitely sit there for like these guys were sitting in a map for like 2 days just re-rolling in the same map, just re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling. Like I guess they just assumed that people would, I don't know, re-roll a few, few times. No, it was in a ritual. So it's an encounter in the map that you do, and you get a certain amount of tribute points, and with those that tribute points, you get to buy things inside the ritual, and re-rolling the ritual costs tribute. But there's tablets that allow it to potentially like be free to re-roll, and those tablets coupled with the other tablet that allowed you to infinitely reroll allowed you to infinitely reroll for free. I mean, when you get into the end game, you'll see. It's like it buffs up the surrounding maps in a tower. You put it in a tower and it buffs the surrounding maps with like certain uh, explicit modifiers. Yeah, they patched it. It fucked the price of the item for anyone that found it later, and there's still so many of them out there that it like has yet to recover. Oh, no, 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 not that thing. It's an omen, so it allows you to craft an item with a little bit of agency. So if you have, for example, I'll link you my mace. So if you have an item like this, if you click in your right analog, it shows you the tiers of the item, of its modifiers. An Omen of Whittling will take the lowest tier, but it's not necessarily the lowest tier, it's the lowest tier and weight. So some things like attribute requirements, it's a tier 5, but it only rolls to 5, so that's actually like a tier 1. It's a top tier roll. So it has more weight than a tier 6 fizz damage because fizz damage goes to like 9. Okay, no, okay, so in I'm explaining it like Path of Exile. So in P, yeah, but I'm saying look at it like, okay, so it says tier 5 on the reduced attributes, but that's actually a top tier roll of that. It only goes to 5. Whereas the tier 7 fizz damage, it can go, I think, no, I think that is top tier, but the fizz accuracy split can go to 7 and it's only at 5. So if it was a tie between those two being the lowest modifiers, it would reroll the fizz damage because it's technically the same tier, but it's a lower weight. But in PoE 1, tier 1 meant top tier, tier 10 was a bottom tier, I guess. I don't know. So it's hard to explain. But anyways, a whittling will re-roll the lowest modifier. So it would re-roll the strength first. Then it would re-roll if the strength went to a tier 4 modifier, it would re-roll the flat physical damage, which is tier 3. But if you say you wanted the strength, you could use an Omen of Whittling and a Sinistral Erasure, and it would only re-roll the lowest prefix modifier. So you can it allows you like a a decisive way to control what you are crafting. Given the outcome is still random, it's still going to give you a random thing, but it's at least going to replace the thing you want with the thing you don't want with a random thing you might want. Yeah, it it can roll any prefix. It will roll a random prefix for that spot. No, you can you okay. You can re-roll the value but not the tier. So whereas that fizz damage is exactly what I want, but it's only tier 3. I would like tier 9. I can roll it from 16 up to 22, but I can't roll it from tier 3 to tier 4. But if I whittle it, I can change it from tier 3 to potentially tier 9, or I could change it to tier 1. Yeah, or it could be lightning damage, it could be fire damage, it could, it could be, oh shit, someone's finally gonna buy my fucking Falconeer's jacket for 10 div. This, can you do 8? Yeah, it would, I mean, someone could maybe do it, but it couldn't be me. Alright, we just made 10 div. Damn, I was gonna give that to Albie too. He just hadn't gotten on for me to trade it out. I made him an armor, and then I made that one. And that one is like, it's just slightly more valuable. It just, like I said, dude, sometimes you put an item up and you don't get any bids on it. You know it's good, but you gotta hold out. You can't just, like, Albie will lower, like, he'll start it either super low, and if he gets flooded, he raises it by a little bit, and if he gets, and he just keeps doing that. But then eventually the people are like, okay, well, this guy just keeps raising the price. I'm not even gonna buy it off this guy. I mean, you'll eventually probably sell it, but you take a chance at, like, maybe you already screwed up your opportunities. Whereas I'll set it either moderately high, but like undervalued, and if I get flooded, then I'll quadruple the price. No, I have never tried that. Yeah, I never tried that. Yeah, but that's why I said they have price checkers. So like you wouldn't have to do that, but like I get the sense that if there's something, for example, right, like an item that there's nothing on the market with those stats, it'd be impossible to price check because the price checker can only compare it to things like it. If there's nothing like it, no, but what I'm saying is like, for example, I rolled a ring last season, and there was nothing, there was no ring that even had that combination of stats on it. So that I had nothing to price check it against. And then finally, like after I sold it a week later, I still had the screenshot of my ring, so I looked it up, and I sold it like 75 divine too low. Well, because if there's nothing like it, you have to assume either it's really good, or the reason that there's nothing like it is because no one would want it, so no one's posting it. Yeah, but like I said, there was nothing to price it against, so even though I put it up for 20 divine, it was still 75 divine less than what it was worth. I didn't know it was going to be worth a fucking 100 divine. No, and that's the weird thing. It actually took some time to sell. That's what led me to believe maybe it just wasn't that good. No, well, I left it at 20 for like a week, and then I lowered it to 18, and then someone bought it. Like as soon as I lowered it to 18, I got like an instant whisper. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, absolutely. No, but that's the thing. There was nothing. There, they didn't exist. There was zero items like it, so that I couldn't compare it. Like even if I took all the modifiers values down to zero, so like it could be any roll of those modifiers, there was nothing with them. So I mean, I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was that good. I was also like pretty new to the game too, so that didn't help. They were, you mean like in dollars? Oh, no, it wasn't super early. It was, I'd say like 2 months in, so they were maybe 80 cents a piece. Yeah, but okay, but I was looking at it from a standpoint of like in-game currency. Sure, they were only worth 80 cents a piece, but they were worth 425 exalts a piece. So like, well, no, no, and I get that, but I'm saying from a practical standpoint, me having thousands more exalts would have made me able to make more divine because I would have been able to roll more items. I would have been able to roll more maps and then sell the maps, or because if you have currency, you can make currency. And it was crazy, dude. The exalt, like one day, it was a divine was 125 exalts, and I said, I am not about to like sit here and pay 125 exalts to get it to transfer over to a divine. I'm gonna wait till they drop back down to 90. The weekend hit and they were up to 450. I was like, well, exalts per divine. I was like, well, I should have just fucking traded them in for a divine. Because now I'm just sitting on all these exalts and I don't even have enough to fucking. Well, I had 2,250 ish exalts, and I was doing the math, and I'm like, well, if I wait till they go back down to 90, then that's gonna give me like 30 more exalts. Well, 30 more divine, because I'm gonna end up. Well, I think it was like 20, because I'm gonna end up getting and for every three divine I trade in, I get a fourth one. Because instead of 120, I'm trading them in for 90. Dude, it just kept going. At one point, I think it was 900 exalts for a divine. But it's like at that point, it's not even worth doing it. Like because if you buy a bunch of them like trade in all your shit, you still don't want the exalts. It's just like the fact that if you needed some exalts to like roll maps, it's nice to get 900 of them for one divine. But when you pick up, you know, 15 to 15 exalts in a map, you run 20 maps, you're like, well, I could trade this in for a divine. Well, now you can't because you need 900 of them. So it's like, well, you'll never pick up 900 exalts without spending them, without like spending some of them. You know what I mean? You'll never like just raw pick them up until and save enough to get a divine when it's 900 of them. But like 100, you could do that. Well, because there's no sink for exalts, so they became worthless. Because you can only use 4 exalts on an item. Because let's say you made a white item magic with a transmutation, and then instead of using an augmentation and giving it 2 mods, and then regaling it to make it rare and using 3 exalts, you just skip that and just regal it and make it rare with only 2 mods. Then you use 4 exalts. But if you have an item that it's like, damn, all these mods are good, but they're like the lowest roll of that tier, you can just sink divines into it until you get a perfect roll on every modifier. So you could spend 200 divine rolling your item because it randomizes, but you'll never. It re it re-rolls everything, every modifier. It completely like randomizes the value of the modifier. Yes, but it re-rolls the value in that tier. On anything. On on a unique, on a white. I mean, it would be the implicit. So like a gold ring, you could divine it before you even crafted it to get it to 15. So the idea is if you're trying to make a perfect item, you want to divine as few modifiers as possible to get them perfect. Because if you craft it up to 6 modifiers, the odds of you ever getting all 6 to randomize and all be high rolls is like slim to none. So you would want to craft like whatever's important on it, right? Like the the prefixes for a weapon. So you get your fizz percent, fizz flat, and then your percent fizz accuracy split, and you just stop there. Then you divine it until those 3 mods are good, and then you craft the rest of it and hope that they're good. That way, at bare minimum, you at least have a perfectly rolled set of prefixes. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But, I mean, that, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that. I mean, it's not easy, right? It's like it's a lot of information thrown at you, for sure. Right. I mean, I whittled my mace from last season, and I spent 450 divines on whittles, and they were 12 to 15 divines apiece. They're like three, and that I don't know. I don't know. Th- Mine for my Sinistroid Razor, it was 30,000 tribute. So I had to do maps, and you can defer it, and it pays a fraction of the price. I ran maps for 3 days before I could buy it because it doesn't always show up when you defer it. It's that's not always the case. All right, I think this is gonna be my last map, and then I gotta go to bed for work in the morning. I think I'm gonna do a ring and amulet crafting video tomorrow after work. I have fucking like 4 stash tabs filled with unrolled rings. That's just that's just too much. I honestly wanna do like a fucking crafting session, like a one item, and just like roll it and chaos it and then whittle it. But by this time last league, I would have had enough currency to do that. But for some reason, I don't know, dude. I just been kind of unlucky. I don't get it. I mean, you can look on your map from your waypoint, and it'll tell you what it's connected to. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Extra damage is chaos. That's why. Whoa, I'm lagging like a bitch. Ah, that sucks. Well, I mean, Diablo 2 was kind of that way too, right? It's like find the den of evil. Oh, I got a divine drop. About time. Only took all day. No, I mean that's true, but I mean Act 2 was brutal. Like your first playthrough, Act 2 in Diablo 2, go to Arcane Sanctuary and tell me that won't piss you off. But still, I guess it's a higher chance of gem drops. God dang it. Man, I gotta get through this fucking tower, bro. I'm doing a instilled tier 16 tower with extra lightning damage on it. What? What? I guess it's possible, right? I mean, why not? It's not like a PlayStation 5 couldn't run it. Oh yeah, yeah, you would have one hell of a time doing a raid on console, especially because what the fuck are you like? How are you gonna play a warlock? You you got like 9 buttons that you can bind skills to when you need 40. Like, like a macro. Makes sense. Holy shit. Oh man, I just got a good jewel. I mean, it's low rolls, but chance to poison on hit, increased magnitude of poison, attack speed, increased parry damage. There is a poison build that's pretty decent, so maybe I can get some divine for this. Whoa, whoa, no, 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 no. God, dude, I just want to fucking level up. I gained 4% XP today. Oh no, actually, I lost like 10% XP today. Um, like 8 to 10% of a level. No. Dude, yesterday I died doing an expedition on my map and it was right next to a checkpoint. And when it revived me at the checkpoint, I was in the expedition and I died again immediately, and I about threw my fucking controller through my television. I was like 2 bars from leveling. It definitely can make, like, admittedly, I have a little bit of a temper, admittedly. But this game has a way of tilting me that, like, oh my, oh, I thought that that was the fucking Ignite one. What's that? Well, dude, bro, I'm telling you, it's like you get you get into a map and you have no difficulty running the map at all, and you get to the last rare mob, you're about to fucking complete it, and it one-shots you. Oh no, yeah, for sure. But like, that doesn't stop the fact that this fucking game, it just frustrates me. Like, I wish I could think about it like that. I don't have the fucking ability to break it down in the heat of the moment. Like, dude, like, honestly, I've put. Well, I can tell you, I don't like it. I definitely try to, like, I make a conscious effort to be positive and not lose my temper. But I don't fucking know, dude. This shit just, yeah, I mean, I guess that's a fair point. I swore there was something over here. Oh no, definitely not. Like, what? And it sucks, dude, because like, I mean, I'll be honest. I went to like a level 1 prison that specializes in cognitive behavioral therapy and anger management and oppositional defiance disorder, and I learned a lot of social skills to help deal with that shit. But like, it's like, even with my daughter, I try so hard, and I believe that I should never get mad and raise my voice at my daughter. But dude, she has a way of just picking the worst times to try and just poke and push your buttons, and it's just, oh dude, like, I tell myself that I shouldn't be that way, and it's not good to be that way. And I don't often get annoyed with it, but sometimes there's just no helping it. Like I try to get better at it. Like like you said, I guess there's a difference between a conscious effort and like a subconscious effort, but because I don't like yelling because as like a man, our voice carries much differently. So like when my girl yells, it's it's different than when I yell. Like my daughter like cries if I yell. So like it's definitely not okay for me to do it. Wow, server's restarting in 30 minutes. Well, good thing I'm getting off. One thing I learned about this game, if it says the servers are restarting, don't push it because you'll lose your map, you'll lose your progress wherever you're at. Like it will shut off. Well, luckily for you, you're in the campaign, so you won't lose. Like I'm talking about, like say you open a map, if you fail the map, it'll say map attempted. Like I was in the middle of a map and I had a bunch of breaches left in it, and I was like, oh fuck, I only got 2 minutes. I'll just wait until the servers start back up and then I'll finish my map. It closed all my portals and it just said map attempted. It like acted as if I failed it. You should be all right, I think. No, 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 no. You just walk. You just walk and hit levers. And they shortened it by dude, I want to say they said like 6 levers. It's like a difference of 6 levers now. It was like had to have been 13 fucking levers, dude. It just felt like you were walking and pulling levers and walking and pulling levers and walking and pulling levers. And that was the big like I said, that's the big takeaway. If if yeah, it's not that's not exactly true. When you kill mobs, it has a chance at uh, refilling your flash charges and your charm charges. But no, no. Okay, yeah. So you don't have to. Yeah, because you have an inherent uh, rarity multiplier. So that I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I would say that's probably true. Like exalted orbs or like oh my god, dude, I just hit triple fizz on the top of this fucking mace, but they're tier 1 rolls. Tier 5 flat with 2 tier 1. Oh my god, dude. All the right rolls, all the wrong fucking tier. I don't right now. I used to, but I got a unique freezing charm I use because I hate getting frozen. Well, I mean, if your mana is pretty low, like your mana pool, then I mean that might not be bad because you don't need to recover that much, right? Yeah, that is pretty low. The flask can only have two. Sometimes, depending on what type of roll it is, it looks like three because it's like a split. Okay, I need to fucking hurry up here. Oh man, I forgot all about this helmet. I was gonna roll this. I got a bunch of shit in here haven't quite rolled. 120% armor. So it's an average of about 10-minute downtime on average, I'd say. Dude, honestly, I like don't even watch TV. I like just don't have time between trying to get the streaming thing going and work. I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched TV. Like literally. Sucks. I mean, oh, um, it resets the instance when you die. I'm pretty sure. You should be okay, I would imagine. Are there mobs? Yeah, then it's gone. Sadly. I I don't. The only one I think that's actually worth picking up is the long quarterstaff unique. Let me see. Steel point quarterstaff. Yeah, it would have been the steel point then. Yeah, it's okay. No, you're not missing anything. You want the long quarterstaff, and even then, none of that is any good for you. And there, none of, like I said, none of the uniques, aside from like a fucking handful that you would find without doing pinnacle content, are really worth anything. But like a couple exalts. Okay, so I got one, two, three, four more maps before all these towers are activated. Okay, so this is gonna be a good setup. If I set this guy up, I got three towers for this section. If I set this guy up, I got three towers for this section. Oh, and three towers for this section. What? No, pretty good if you're using increased rarity. Well, like, so, like I said, it's diminishing returns, right? But so your first like up to 100% is the most difference you're supposed to see allegedly, which I don't necessarily know I believe. I know a lot of people stand by it or whatever, but I ran 600% rarity. And I'll tell you, there was a reason that everybody and their brother was messaging me to run my maps. There are soul cores, but those are pretty expensive, I would imagine. Oh, wait, never mind. They took rarity off the soul core? Are you fucking kidding me? Increased quantity of gold dropped? That's ridiculous. Who would wear that? They did. They took rarity off the soul cores completely. They really nerfed rarity. Okay, so you can use the rabbit talisman for 8% down from 10 in the soul cores. And a rabbit talisman is only 625 exalts. So it's only 4.5 divine apiece. It's a rabbit talisman, so you gotta kill this as the spirit. You gotta find a rabbit spirit, and it's super hard. And then you gotta kill it, and you gotta hope it drops one. When you socket it, it gives you rarity. It's a socketable. So like, I don't know. That's fucking stupid. 4.5 for 8% rarity. Well, I mean, I know why they're expensive, but that's my point. Like, they nerfed rarity so much that now everything with rarity is going to be expensive. But everyone swears that rarity doesn't matter, so why is it so expensive? If it doesn't, and there's only about 250 of these rabbit talismans in existence. There's there's well, I'm looking at the market right now. There's two at 4.5 div, one at 5 div. I mean, 230 at 5 div, three at 5.33, four at 5.5, nine at 5.67, and 26 also from another person at 5.67. That's crazy. Let's see how many whittlings there are. And I had it at 4.5 div. You would never use it. You would just sell it. Like early in this game, most people don't use anything that's like remotely valuable. It's kind of like the start of a ladder season, like your first insight rune set. You sell it as quick as you can to just like a Tau rune's worth 100 forum gold or whatever, and it's kind of the same. Like the prices on all this shit is gonna drop so drastically in a week that you can, for the 4.5 div that you got for it, you can buy three of them in a week. You know? Yeah. I'm just saying most people, most, not all. There's obviously some people that would 100% use it. But okay, so for example, the Omen of Whittling, I've only seen two of them in 1600 hours. There's 4,000 of them on the market. The Sinistral Erasure, which I've only seen one, and it took me 3 days to farm enough fucking ritual maps in order to defer it to get it. There's like 700 of them on the market. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, there's no such thing as true RNG, but it's not. The omens aren't. No, yeah, I get that. Right, but the thing with these items are they only occur in a certain encounter. So it's not like a random drop. So you have to run, like for example, the rabbit talisman. So it can only drop from a hare spirit. I've only seen one of them, okay? And even if you see 10 of them, there's no guarantee it actually drops one. It's like a 50-50 shot. And the same with the omens. The omens only appear in rituals. And you have like a, I don't know, we'll say a 1 in 10,000 chance of an omen of whittling showing up. The only reason there's that many is because people exploited that tablet. Because an omen of whittling at the end of the league was 25 divs apiece. Now they're only 2 divs at the beginning of the league. Like that. Well, no, but that's the point is the reason they were so expensive last league is because they're so rare that there's rarely any of them in the market. But the fact that there's fucking thousands of them now, like people don't use them that often. There's not really like a use case for whittlings, and like unless like me last league, I had like 1,000 div, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna roll this hammer until it hits. I'm just gonna use whittlings until it hits, which took 450 div. There's just not a lot of people doing that. But the market's just so saturated with them from that they're maybe at the end of the league, once these run their course and the supply runs out. But I mean, there's fucking 5,000 omens of whittling listed at for under 3 div apiece. She's down the bottom of the stairs. Just go down past the well. But all right, man, I gotta get off here. You have a good one, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow. GG's, brother. Good luck on the coming boss fight. The bottom of, okay, you're looking at the middle where your teepees spawn. You see the well. Just keep walking down those steps. She's in the same place she was in normal. You gotta, you just gotta go out, like, the no, you go to town and you go down the steps. Yeah, yeah. But, all right, man. Good luck. No problem, man. All right, y'all. I'm getting off. Don't forget to check out the channel. Subscribe if you would. We're almost at 100 subs. We'll see you on the next one. We'll be streaming tomorrow.